Esther 9 1-19. In today's reading, the Jews destroyed the enemies along with Haman's 10 sons in the capital city, Shusha, and throughout all the provinces. The Jews in the provinces also organized and defended themselves. The Jews destroyed the enemies. The 13th day of Adar came, the day on which the royal proclamation was to take effect, the day when the enemies of the Jews were hoping to get them in their power, but instead the Jews triumphed over them. In the Jewish quarter of every city in the empire, the Jews organized to attack anyone who tried to harm them. People everywhere were afraid of them, and no one could stand against them. In fact, all the provincial officials, governor administrators, and royal representatives helped the Jews because they were all afraid of Mordecai. It was well known throughout the empire that Mordecai was now a powerful man in the palace and was growing more powerful. So the Jews could do what they wanted with their enemies. They attacked them with swords and slaughtered them. In Shusha, the capital city itself, the Jews killed 500 people. Among them were the 10 sons of Haman, son of Hammedatha, the enemies of the Jews, Parsandata, all those names. However, there was no looting. That same day, the number of people killed in Shusha was reported to the king. He then said to Queen Esther, "In Shusha alone, the Jews have killed 500 people, including Haman's 10 sons. What must they have done out in the provinces? What do you want now? You shall have it. Tell me what else you want, and you shall have it." Esther answered, "If it please your majesty, let the Jews in Shusha do again tomorrow what they were allowed to do today, and have the bodies of Haman's 10 sons hung from the gallows." The king ordered this to be done, and the proclamation was issued in Shusha. The bodies of Haman's 10 sons were publicly displayed. On the 14th day of Adar, the Jews of Shusha got together again and killed 300 more people in the city, but again they did no looting. The Jews in the provinces also organized and defended themselves. They rid themselves of their enemies by killing 75,000 people who hated them, but they did no looting. This was on the 13th day of Adar. On the next day, the 14th, there was no more killing, and they made it a joyful day of feasting. The Jews of Shusha, however, made the 15th a holiday, since they had slaughtered their enemies on the 13th and 14th and then stopped on the 15th. This is why Jews who live in small towns observe the 14th day of the month of Adar as a joyous holiday, a time for feasting and giving gifts of food to one another. Esther asked the king to publicly display the bodies of Haman's sons. So the public display would tell everyone just the consequences for their attack against the Jews, and this kind of like a warning, like your fate is gonna be like this, and so yeah, so it's a warning, a reminder not to do what they have done. Yes, I think there are many people who are still engaged in struggles for survival, and those who are persecuted by faith, to people outside of the faith and just trying to live a life, like people are discriminating against them because of race, because of other factor. Even, there are many anti-Semitic, people who are anti-Semitic still living in the world, all over the world today. There are people who just, who commit crime for just their own personal pleasure. So there are many of us who are struggling for survival. So that is what I my answer to these questions, but while reading this, of course, like, I think the implication of what I've read today is that the Jews defended themselves. It's not clearly written that those people attacked them first. Like, so we don't have the details, but I would like to know the details, like what actually went on. Like, did Haman, even with the proclamation and with what happened to Haman, did people actually still try to, like kill the Jews, and when they defended themselves and then they retaliated, or was it that they kind of knew who in the city are anti-Semitic, who have been kind of like a pain in their side, and they just took this day as an opportunity to get rid of their enemies? Either way, it's kind of like clear that they rid themselves of the people that hated them, that are their enemies, but it didn't really specify the detail. I trust God's word, so I'll take it as is, but it will be something that it will be like, a story that I would like to know more detail of when I reach heaven.